Welcome to Fitness Protocols with your boy Brando. Hello and good morning, my friend. In this episode, I'm going to dive into critical exercises I find to be most effective for back and shoulders, which is also known as a hybrid pull/push day that can be completed at home with only dumbbells. Now, I've received enough donations that someone will have the opportunity to win the pre-workout Pre-X by NutriCost as a prize. Stick around for details on how to win. You've discovered my episodes for one of three reasons. One, you're new to the lifting scene and you're still in the learning phase. We never stop learning, my friend. Unless you're the greatest captain that ever lived. Then maybe. Number two, you have a training routine, but it's not yielding the results you desire. Or number three, you're seeking a more efficient way to optimize your training session, maximizing muscle gain, and avoiding wasted time. It's one of these three. This hybrid pull/push day I'm about to share with you shortly is the answer to all three of those questions. In previous episodes, I mentioned the importance of working opposing muscle groups together. For example, increasing the size of your rear deltoid will promote increase in size of your front deltoid, and increasing front deltoid size will encourage rear deltoid growth. These are opposing muscle groups. This is because the body desires balance and symmetry. We're simply using the knowledge of how our body operates to gain size and strength. There's no better way of achieving this than by a training routine that is designed to target those muscles concurrently via supersets and circuit training. Supersets and circuit training increase intensity, accomplishing more in less time. Because we got crap to do today. This marks episode 7 of what I'm calling the Dumbbell Files. I've been in the field of health, fitness, and nutrition for over 15 years. My burning desire is to share knowledge, experience, and methods to living a sober, productive, and meaningful life via bodybuilding, powerlifting, and macronutrition enrichment. If you're just tuning in, don't sweat it. These episodes are in no particular order of importance. However, every episode shares a new insight to specific muscle groups that you don't want to miss. In this episode, we'll discuss warm-up strategies, the hybrid pull/push day routine, techniques for gaining size and strength, supersets and circuit training, variation training, insider pro tip, and the program that makes gains possible. First, let's discuss the topic of increasing your metabolism. This seems to be a reoccurring theme. Let's pretend this glass represents the capacity of your metabolism. Light exercise will mildly stimulate your metabolism. Moderate exercise will stimulate the metabolism to a greater degree, and intense exercise will have your metabolism working at full capacity. The real question that's being asked is, how do we increase our capacity? And that is via muscle gain. Warm-up strategies. The warm-up game is a constant. We're simply getting the blood circulating and the muscles primed for the work ahead. Think of it like heating your vehicle up during cold weather, allowing the oil to circulate in your engine before you start jamming on the gas pedal. We're priming the target muscles with injury prevention in mind. Because remember, injury prevention first and gains second. All gains are lost if we injure ourselves. Now, I've structured this hybrid pull/push day to minimize rest periods and maximize repetitions possible within a 1-hour window for optimizing muscle gain and cardiovascular health, heart health. We're training for longevity here, and I intend to be doing this well into my 80s with a marker in one hand and a cane in the other, still talking about health, fitness, and nutrition, and saying things like, "Listen here, Sonny. Back in my day, I don't even know a Sonny." Now, this routine is structured via supersets and circuit training, which is when you stack one exercise after another without taking a break, resting for 1 to 2 minutes after each round, and repeating the process. This is also known as a form of HIIT training, which stands for high intensity interval training. This type of conditioning is what athletes are made from. Have you ever wondered why basketball players are not only big, but they're also ripped? Their physique stems from bursts of moderate to intense exercise followed by small periods of rest. Note that I pulled this training routine I'm about to share with you directly from my home training logbooks. It is a blend of resistance training and calisthenics that I like to use during the recomposition phase of training. Recomposition is when I eat at maintenance calories, I reduce my carbohydrates, and I add in a cardio-based accessory work. This allows us to gain muscle while cutting fat simultaneously. To put in very simple terms, I don't eat bread and I move my body more. Now let's dive into the pull/push training routine that turns boys into men, or at least bigger boys. Circuit 1, dumbbell bent over rows, front lateral raise variations, and mountain climbers. Note that these circuits are designed with cross-plane training in mind, meaning exercises that cross both the vertical and the horizontal plane, which I'll break down later in this episode in depth. With dumbbell bent overs, we're targeting our back with some rear delt activation, following up with some front lateral raise variations, which is targeting the opposing front deltoid. The variations is the changing of the palm positioning from the down with every rep to the with the palm down every rep with the palm inward, and alternating between the two hand positions. And we're following that up with mountain climbers, which maintains tension on the shoulders while ramping up blood flow and circulation, encouraging growth across the board. And the last round of this circuit is a good opportunity to add in drop sets. For example, the last set you'll go to failure, then we'll drop 10 pounds off the load and go to failure again. Then we'll drop 10 pounds and go to failure again. Drop sets greatly increase the intensity. On to circuit 2, shoulder press, rear lateral raise, and V-ups. Shoulder press, as you know, is an all-encompassing shoulder workout with a front deltoid focus, followed by rear lateral raises, hitting the rear delt with some back activation as well. We're going to follow that up with some V-ups for some added core work. I want to note that there's no wrong way to perform a V-up. However, form does play a role in how effective we target our core, but your form will naturally improve with time and practice. Repetition is key. It's not that you're not good at it, right? It's not you're good at it yet. Patience, persistence, and practice. Note that these circuits provide incredible pumps, and there will be moments where you require additional time in between sets. Take the extra time as needed. We should never find ourselves intensely laboring for breath moving into our next set. Our target muscles require oxygen in order to push them to the needed extent to promote growth. Starving the muscle of oxygen is wasted time and effort. On the other side of that coin, your heart rate should be elevated, and you should be sweating profusely. It's a fine line between optimal gains and overexertion that you must discover on your own. I prefer the halo plasma rifle approach. Go hard as fluff until I need to catch my breath, and then resume the intensity once more. Love it. Now on to circuit 3, which is pull-ups/chin-ups, side lateral raises, and jumping jacks. I know what you're thinking. Brando, didn't you say it was dumbbells only? I did, but there's always a but. Having a good pull-up bar with your dumbbells is priceless. Pull-ups and chin-ups is a full-body powerhouse exercise. It's really a staple to any training regimen. And pull-up bars are rather cheap. You can scoop up a good one from Amazon or even Walmart for $20 to $30. We'll be following this up with some side lateral raises. This is a strong opportunity to add in some countdown reps. Blast and hold for 5 seconds. Repeat and hold for 4 seconds. Then 3 seconds. Then 2 seconds. And 1 second. This increases our TUT, time under tension, and increases our mind-to-muscle connection. And we'll follow that up with some jumping jacks, which is keeping the heart rate up and the calories burning. Note that each one of these circuits has a primary exercise, a secondary exercise, and a calisthenics exercise. Circuit number 4. Dumbbell stiff-legged deadlift, shrug variations, and burpees. Dumbbell stiff-legged deadlift targets the back and the shoulders, with a focus on the lower lumbar muscle, which is neglected otherwise. This aids in strengthening our core, preventing muscle imbalance and weaknesses. If you want a strong body, you need to have a strong core. We're going to follow the deadlifts up with some shrug variations. It's going to be a front and side focus. We should feel like our traps are trying to eat our ears. And for our calisthenic work, we're going to add in some burpees last. Some variations can be added in here as well. I like to add in push-ups and scissor kicks. This here takes the burpee to the next level. This hybrid training day is really a full body workout with calisthenics added along with techniques for gaining size and strength. My neck, my back, my glutes, and my traps. Now let's hop back into the discussion of horizontal and vertical conditioning. Exercise A on Circuit 1 and Circuit 4 are horizontal plane movements, while exercise A for circuit 2 and 3 are vertical movements, designed to train the muscles evenly and create balance and symmetry. Now the insider pro tip, pyramiding our working sets by increasing the load, which is the weight used, every set, allowing the reps to decrease organically. This happens naturally. As the weight goes up, the muscle will fatigue at a faster rate. Heavier the weight, the faster you reach failure. This is a great opportunity to use momentum and cheat reps to generate breakthrough growth. We must generate a need by putting our bodies under a level of stress it's never experienced before. That is where the results live. And the most critical element in all of this is consistency is frequency, how often we're training, plus time under tension, volume, plus intensity, which means as many reps as possible within the 1 hour window. That is consistency. The higher the intensity, the greater the returns. If we were to correlate this to the concept of economics, anything that we see beyond the 1 hour marker would be referred to as diminishing returns, which would be time wasted for very minor gains, which then also increases our risk for injury. We're trying to avoid injury at all cost. No matter how hard you train a muscle, with adequate protein consumption, it will recover within 3 days. And these aren't business days either. Whatever that does. If you keep the consistency up, your back and shoulders will blow the fluff up. Lastly, something doesn't come from nothing. You need lumber to build a house. Let's talk about the program that builds powerhouses. Talking about nutrition, sleep, weight training, and cardio. We call this the program. By following the program, we're optimizing our body's function. This is U to the second power. This is U to the third power, U to the fourth power, U to the fifth power, amplifying your results many times over. This is maximizing efficiency. Let's break down nutrition. This is, if we're bulking, that's going to be 1.5 grams to 2 grams of protein per day. A recomp would be 1.2 to 1.5 grams, and a cut / maintenance is 1.25 grams of protein per day. 3 to 4 servings of vegetables per day, and 2 to 3 servings of fruit per day. We want to have a diverse range of different foods that will strengthen our gut health. That's your immune system. It will optimize body function while alternating the foods you eat daily will also prevent food sensitivities. We want to maximize our ability to process proteins and be in good health. Having a shot of apple cider vinegar every morning, and it has to say with mother on it, will provide our bodies the proper prebiotics for a good, diverse, healthy gut. Sleep. Adequate sleep will ensure consistency. Our progress is made after the work is finished and while resting. Deep quality sleep is how our bodies heal, repair, and remove toxins. If we're well rested, our minds and bodies are ready to embrace the day. For resistance training, we're trying to squeeze in as many high-quality reps as possible in the shortest amount of time. This will maximize our results and muscle gain. Every day that we work out, we're going to do 15 to 20 minutes of cardio. Treadmill, elliptical, bike, run outside. The choice is yours. Remember, resistance training first, cardio second. During the resistance training, we burn up the glycogen storage, which is the energy stored inside the muscle from the food that we eat. Once the glycogen stores are burned up, all that's left by the time we get to the cardio is fat. Pure fat burn. That's what we want. Also, cardio strengthens our lungs, flooding our blood with oxygen, which improves sleep and improves future training sessions, which then all that further strengthens our immune system. Now, if you're adhering to the hybrid pull/push routine previously mentioned, and you're adding in cardio as the program prescribes, post-resistance training, of course, such as elliptical or treadmill, you will see weight loss very quickly, very fast. We're not fluffing around here. Now, what do I mean when I say interval cardio? For example, if we were on the treadmill, you would walk at a fast-paced walk for 1 minute at, say, a speed of 4. Then you would jog for 1 minute at, say, a speed of 5.5. And then you would sprint for 30 to 45 seconds at a speed of 8 to 10. Also, I like to keep the treadmill at an incline of 4. This takes pressure off your knees. You would repeat this cycle for 15 to 20 minutes. The 1 minute walk at the beginning gives you time to down your heart rate and regulate your breathing. before cranking your heart rate back up. This is a powerful tool for getting very lean. And you may notice this also mimics the work that's done on the basketball court. Now is the opportunity to win the pre-workout prize. Be the 5th person to comment winner in the comment section below in this episode, and the prize is yours. Good luck, my friend. Now, it can be challenging to get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. For help with that, check out my episode on how to increase protein intake on a budget. Also, if you're curious about powerlifting, check out my video on how to bench press 315 pounds in 90 days here. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this episode, found it helpful or informative, please hit the like button. A like goes a long way to help me grow my channel, and I deeply appreciate it. Feel free to drop a comment. I do read all the comments and I appreciate the feedback. If you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button. I try to post as often as possible. I can also be found on YouTube Podcast and Spotify at Fitness Protocols with Brando. Thanks again for watching. Let's grow a stronger mind, body, and spirit one day at a time. Until next time.